Okay, students, today we continue to 4.4, which is fertilizations and pregnancy. Um, Previously, last week, we had stopped at the menstrual cycle. And if you still remember, in the menstrual cycle, there is a part of the fertile phase where in this phase, there is this process called ovulation. Okay, so now fertilization can only take place when there is an egg and a sperm present during that time. So the question is, what happens after fertilization? After fertilization, according to this textbook explanation, the woman will get pregnant, a zygote will form and grow in the uterus until birth. Okay, so let's look at this process in more detail. This is the structure of the female reproduction system. We have the sperm coming in. Okay, sperm will swim towards the vagina during copulation, and once it enters the uterus, it will go all the way up. Okay, until it sees, or not until it sees, until we meet the ovum. The ovum is here. Let me change the color first. Okay, you can see there's an ovum here. Not a good color, sorry. Better go to blue. Okay, so the ovum is here, and process of fertilization will happen. So in other words, fertilization should happen inside the fallopian tube. If an ovum is present in the fallopian tube, fertilization may occur. Sperm will fuse with the ovum in the fallopian tube and form a zygote. So remember that. So after zygote is formed, this fertilized egg will continue to move down to the uterus, and that is the third step. So after fertilization, the zygote will divide itself and become a ball of cells known as the embryo. So you can see there are many stages. So the embryo will be implanted on the uterine wall at the uterus. So during this implanted process is also called implantation. All right. So this process. So you see that in order for pregnancy to be successful, the eggs, the ovum have to be fertilized. It has to form a zygote. It form an embryo and had to be implanted successfully onto the uterus lining. You can see all the uterus wall. Only then we can say that pregnancy has happened. So the implanted embryo. So when this happens, the implanted embryo will grow and become a fetus. So embryo become a fetus. So you can see the stages again. That resemble a human baby. So what is a fetus? A fetus is an embryo that has now become or resemble a human. So this process is known as pregnancy. So pregnancy will last for 38 days where the fetus will be born. And after being born, once it's out of the uterus, you can say, oh, this baby is a baby being born. Now let's look at the development of the fetus inside the uterus. Okay, you can read this on your own, but I want to highlight is here, this one. When is it called a fetus? It's about week 10 to 19. You can see that the embryo will look like a baby. The embryo is now known as fetus. So it's about 10 weeks or 19 weeks about. It will take 4 weeks, so it's about 2 months. 2 to 3 to 5 months about that. And from here it goes more developed, more advanced until the week 38 and 40. Here, during this time, the fetus is complete. The fetus turns around until the head is engaged at the cervix, so it turns around. It's kind of natural. And the muscles of the uterine lining will contract strongly, the amnion will burst and amniotic fluid will be released, and of course finally the baby is born out of the mother's body. Okay, so we continue and see this important part here also. So what happens is that as the fetus grows inside the uterus, how does it obtain the nutrients and oxygen inside the uterus? Okay, so since the fetus cannot order any food online, so of course the nutrients and the oxygen must be coming from the mother. Okay, so this one, the mother had to give the nutrients and oxygen because since the mother is since it's growing inside the mother's fetus since the fetus is growing inside the mother's uterus. Okay, so let's look at how this is done. This is the important diagram. Students, I want you to make note of this. Make note, this one. Okay, make and draw. Make notes, okay, for this. Okay, so let's look at this structure called the placenta. What is this placenta? It's actually made out of tissue from both mother and embryo. So you see they're in contact here, but they are fixed in contact. So the place where exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So then the supply of nutrients and removal of waste material from the mother's blood and the fetus occurs. Okay, so basically this is the structure. They give the nutrients and oxygen to the fetus, as well as any waste product from the fetus is also removed through here. Now I must highlight to you that you can see that the fetus is developed independently. The fetus has its own blood system. The mother has its mother's own blood system, and these two blood, they do not mix. They do not mix. In fact, only here they only contact each other. Something like a skin they separate from the mother system and the baby system. So the nutrients just pass through and out. Waste material goes to the mother system. From the mother system, the nutrient and oxygen goes into the baby, or fetus, sorry, in this case. Okay, so now linking the placenta to the fetus is the tube. This tube is called the umbilical cord. So the tube which connects the fetus to the placenta, this is rich in blood vessels to transport blood from the placenta or from the fetus to the placenta and vice versa. Okay, now what are the other parts of this uterus? Very important one. As you can see, the whole fetus is covered, surrounded by this fluid. This fluid is called the amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid, and it acts as a cushion to absorb vibration, concussion, and protect the fetus from injury. And the fluid is contained inside this amnion. It's actually a skin membrane that form a sac and contains the fluid called the amniotic fluid. And of course, finally, the one that helps to give birth, to deliver the baby, is the uterus wall. That consists of vascular wall, the place where the embryo is implanted and developed. Alright, so this is basically the structure and the function of the structure inside the uterus. So with this, we end this section here, and teacher will show you a short video explaining how pregnancy happens. Thank you.